All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Wahara Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of the great millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect out here toiling in this truth. And Shalom to the few sisters, the Akwatim, who listen and learn in silence. To all of you, I say Shalom. I'm the brother Pataka Machi MS Dallas. Just coming back at you with a really quick hit lesson. As you can see on the screen, I got the brother, the hopeful elect 3, on the screen, and he's put a video up basically just dealing with Jake, and not believing that the Bible is real. As a matter of fact, that's the title of the video. The Bible is real and it's playing out in real time. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly right. But Jake has a problem believing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get into it. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I'm gonna play this video real quick. It's about 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes long. I'm gonna play this video, let you hear Jake, and then we're gonna get some scriptures, man, because it's all in the Bible. So without any further ado, let's play this video.
Sitting here wondering, man, after waking up this morning, hearing about another Mississippi hanging, and then all these ICE agent incidents, and then these police unaliving incidents, and then all these mass school incidents, and school is about to start back. So this is the most scariest time for parents. I'm really starting to wonder, man, is the Bible even real? Was the Bible, like really, I'm being dead ass serious. Was the Bible even written for us? Was that Bible written just to keep us in line? Because they said the Bible stood for basic information before leaving Earth. But it sounds like that B in Bible stands for bull. You know what? Because it's hard for me to believe that in this day and age, man, that we have to pay high electricity bills. We have to pay high water. Water is free. You can go any damn where and get water. Every block you walk down, there's a lake. We paying for food, man, at some ridiculous prices. I get it, man. If you gotta process it and package it up, yeah, you gotta put a price on it. But we should be able to buy our own damn chickens. All of us don't have farms. All of us can't afford a cow. Is the Bible even real, man? Or was the Bible even intended for us? And when I woke up this morning, man, it sickened me to see another Mississippi incident, man. Even though it happened on the 3rd, and this is the 6th. It's just really sad to see that, man. Because, here's going to be another one of those incidents that's going to be swept up under the carpet. It's was the Bible even meant for us, man? Was it even meant for us? I'm really heartbroken, man, because we wake up every day to sad news, man. Our people going crazy. The other people going crazy. They taking us out at high rates that's unimaginable. Just imagine the news that you guys don't even hear about. And everybody be praying that the stuff is stopped. But it keeps getting worse. Other countries don't have to worry about volcano eruptions, landslides, a little flood here and there. In this country, we got to worry about even trying to survive, man. Is that Bible even meant for us, man?
So you can see how Jake feels, man. Which that reminds me clearly of this real quick. While it's, I don't got anything, I'm just going through the spirit. So I'm gonna try to address these points that he made. And I'm gonna forget some things, but this Malachi, the 1st chapter, is the Bible for us. This is Malachi 1, and in the heading it says God's love for Jacob. Malachi 1:1, it says the burden of the word of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai to Israel by Malachi. Verse 2, I have loved you, said the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? And that's how Jake feels, man. They don't feel like the Most High loves us. They don't feel like we're his people. They don't even feel like the Bible is our book. They're trying to, he's trying to make it like the Bible was written by the white man, or it's the white man's book just to keep us in line. Stop, bro. No. This thing is much bigger than that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So Jake is finished, man. It says, was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, yet, I love Jacob. And verse 3, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. So the Lord loves Jacob, which represents the tribes, the 12 tribes, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians of Negro descent. Of course, there's a scattered seed as well that may come looking like the other nations or have the appearance of the other nations, not looking like the average Jake. You know what I'm saying? All of these are Israelites because they have the spirit of an Israelite. Romans 8 chapter goes into that and breaks that down. That's why you got to try the spirit by the spirit. You can't just look at a person and tell. But the fact of the matter is, Jake has all these questions, and because he doesn't understand that Job 9:24, the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. That's why all these things, these wicked things are happening. You know what I'm saying? And nothing's getting better, but also nothing's getting better because Jake refuses to turn back to his power. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. The true names of the Lord. Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's name, and Yahweh Shai is his son's name, the only begotten son, whom the world ignorantly and fraudulently refers to as JC. You know what I'm saying? We're in the times of returning to the Lord. That's why the scriptures go here. As a matter of fact, let me get that real quick in Isaiah. This is Isaiah, the 10th chapter. And we're going to drop down to verse 20. A remnant will return, right there in the heading. Verse 20, Isaiah 10 and 20, it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escape the coming doom, man, the destruction, all of the perils that are about to enter into the earth. They're going to be able to escape these things. Escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. Stay means to rely or depend on. It says, and who smote us? Esau, man, the very ones you're relying on. It says, but shall stay upon the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Shai, the Holy One of Israel in truth. So we're going to rely and depend on the Lord. These cats refuse to do that. And that's why things are continually getting worse for them. You mentioned that, how things are constantly getting worse. Yeah, man. You refuse to return to your power, man. It says, verse 21, the remnant shall return, which is the elect, the hopeful elect, even the remnant of Jacob unto the mighty power. For 22, verse 22, for though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. Small number, man, a few, So majority of the people that feel like him and these that refuse to return, they're through, man, and it's going to go into it. Let's just finish this out. Excuse the noise, man. This is demonic down here, man. It says, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. And that consumption decreed is the thermonuclear destruction, man. That's going to consume these people, man. In righteousness. It's going to overflow with righteousness. Verse 23, for the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Shai, power of armies, shall make a consumption even determined in the midst of the land, of all the land, which is right here in Babylon the Great, man, aka America, man. So that's what's coming, man. And of course he mentioned we have to pay for water. So real quick, everything's in the scriptures, man. But Jake refuses to acknowledge the prophets, man. We're out here bringing these things out and showing them the way. Via the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Shai. This is Lamentations 5 and 4. And it reads, we have drunken our water for money. Do you see? He said, we got to pay for water. Water is free. You got a lake. Okay. But here's the thing. The earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, Job 9:24. So this nigga is bottling up water and selling it to your ass. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna pay for that water if you want some. But here's the thing. We understand this. The Lord understands it. Lamentations 5 and 4. We have drunken our water for money. It's in the scriptures, bro. All the answers are here. Our word is sold. Salakia, our wood is sold unto us. Yeah, we got to buy wood. All these things are free, you know. So, but we got to pay for these things, man. Why? Because we went off, you know. We went off. So, you know, the fact that we went off, you know, as a matter of fact, when you read in Deuteronomy, let's get that real quick, the 28th chapter, it goes into it. Deuteronomy 28, the 28th chapter represents the blessings and the curses, man, basically heaven and hell. 1 through 14 is blessings, your heaven, and 15 through 68 is curses, hell, man. You know what I'm saying? And in the blessings, you know, which the remnant returning is about to receive these blessings. It says, and it shall, verse 1, Deuteronomy 28 and 1, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord, thy power, Yahweh Shemel shall thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Rulership, man. Verse 2, it says, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of thy power, the Lord Yahweh Shemel shall thy power, which Jake did, man. Jake refused. Jake hard-headed. They stiff-necked. They're uncircumcised. They want to do their own thing. Therefore, we didn't receive the blessings, you know, being on high above the nations, you know, ruling over these nations, you know, not having to go through these things we're going through right now. Instead, we did 15. And you see in the heading, consequences of disobedience. Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel shall thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and all his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And that's what happened, man. We've been cursed. We've been under these curses, which again, it was set up to go through both. Let's get that real quick. It was set up that way. The Lord set it up that way. Deuteronomy 30 and 1. And it reads, you know, it says restoration promise. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse. See, you know, it was set up for it to go through both. It says, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations whither the Lord Yahweh Shemel shall thy power hath driven thee. So we were set up to do both. But the thing of it is, with those two major players, Esau and Jacob, you know, Esau got his blessing. You know, he's in his blessing now. It's a temporary blessing, you know, for a short period of time. It's almost over. We're at the end of it now. And then Jacob's blessing, you know, so, but while Esau is in his blessing, that means we're under the curse. He's under the blessings in his heaven, exalted above the nations, ruling, running things, making these draconian laws and all of everything he's doing, making these moves he's making, and which is coming upon us because we're under the curses. We're in our hell, man, which all of those things are about to flip, man. You know what I'm saying? Said we were supposed to go through both. So seeing as he's in his blessing, his heaven, we're under the curses in our hell, that's going to flip, and he's going into his under the curses in his hell, and we're going up under the blessings in our heaven, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's about to happen. This is Deuteronomy 30 and verse 7. It says, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. You see that? So everything is about to flip, man. They gonna get theirs, you know, and we're gonna get our piece of the pie, our heaven, man. You know, that's coming, man. You know, these things are coming. You know, so beginning with and starting with the elect, man, the hopeful elect, the remnant that's returning in these times, man, which he's not one of them. He refuses to turn to the Lord, man. That's why he don't have no answers and don't know nothing, which the scriptures tell you that as well in Hosea, the 4th chapter. You know, they're going to reject this knowledge. So guess what? The Lord going to reject them. This is Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. So this is what Jake is going through, man. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. Though these are the answers. The men of the Lord out here, the prophets out here, and we're delivering these messages, you know, and Jake is refusing them. And you see the results of that, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything is getting worse for them. It's not going to get better. It's only getting worse, man. It's going to continue to get worse all the way up into destruction, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I just wanted to touch on that, address that, make a few points. I saw that video and spirit started moving me. I'm here at camp, so I'm gonna go up here with the brothers and get it in for a bit up here. And with that, hopefully this was edifying to the hopeful elect, giving all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Waharakak. Double honors to the apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of the great millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect, the house of David, the Bayah Shal Dawadah Shalom.